And Griffin Ramsey, who ran out on stage before I introduced her. Make some noise for Mr. Monty Young. Make some noise for Mr. Gustavo Sorolla. And now put your hands together for Mr. Bernie Burns. How about some noise for Mr. Jeffrey Ramsey? And now, a big special round of applause for Jack Patella! Welcome to the panel. Jeff's an asshole.
Jack actually said about 5 minutes before we came out here, I don't know if I can do the big intros because my voice is kind of going.
I won't be talking much.
Apparently that means Jack just wanted to say the longest possible introduction for himself.
Oh, I want to let everyone know too, since you were backstage, Bernie Burns just tripped coming up the stairs.
Yeah, what? He didn't walk out before he was announced like an idiot.
Yeah, by the way.
My name's Griffin Ramsey. I'm not waiting for anything. I'm going out on stage.
Griffin, get up front. And then
Everyone saw it. Look how many people saw you fuck up.
Everyone saw you fuck
up. Awful.
Hey, is there any way that we can get house lights? I'd love to take a picture of all this, if I might.
I just got a text from Gus.
You guys are texting each other?
He got me 2 more badges.
Okay, put there a note. Oh, thank you very much.
Man, it's so lonely.
That side looked super cheery, and you guys look bored as hell.
Don't even try, little guys. Come on.
Welcome to the 25th annual Rooster Teeth panel.
Guys, I'm sorry. That guy had his eyes closed. Sorry. Screwed it up for everybody. Funny note about that immersion video. That's one I wanted to try for a long time, but we actually probably won't air that one online because it's not video game related. It's just something that I wanted to do to the guys in the office.
You have to move the hidden camera out of the bathroom.
It's actually part of the employee contract.
Fucking contract.
Let me give you a tip if you're making a video like that. If you go into your local Dwayne Reedy or CVS or whatever and you ask for syringes, I had to go to 2 places. And you can pick which one I had better success at. At one place, I said I needed the syringes to make a video for the internet. At the other pharmacy, I said, I need the syringes because I'm a heroin addict. And I love heroin, and I need syringes to get heroin inside of me.
That'd be a lot of heroin. Those are huge syringes.
Yeah. Which pharmacy do you think gave me the syringes?
2.
You would be correct.
By the way, congratulations on improving on grapes.
That was the end result of that. Everyone liked the artificially flavored grapes more.
See, I didn't eat any of them because I didn't know how long they'd been out on the table, and I figured they were just disgusting and old.
As a matter of fact, after I got duped, I went into Gus's office and I said, hey, what'd you think of that immersion? And Gus goes, I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, we were just in an immersion short. You didn't know that? And he goes, I still don't know what you're talking about. And I said, they injected all the fruit with fake fruit flavor. And he goes, that fruit? And I was like, yeah, did you have any? What'd you think? And he goes, I'm not gonna eat fruit. That's disgusting.
You don't know the pigs we work with. It's awful. Like, that fruit could have been out there for 5 days for all I know.
Yeah.
We actually had a voice actor come in the next day. We warned him that A, had been sitting out now for 36 hours, and it had been injected with lots of flavoring. He didn't care at all. He just ate.
Actors are hungry.
His memorial service will be held next Tuesday.
Fruit will be served at the memorial service. Please enjoy. Well, that was fun to show. We wanted to show something related to immersion because last year was the inaugural PAX East, and it was also the first place that we ever showed immersion. This was the audience that got to see it for the first time. And it only took us 7 months to put out the second episode.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations, you guys got to see the final episode of Immersion.
Breakneck speed.
So we had a lot of fun. Griffin, I mean, we had a blast all year making the immersion shorts and everything. Griffin was responsible for all the props and that wasn't me, I swear. And all the costumes and everything. So can you talk a little bit about that, Griffin, how that process worked?
Yeah, well, it was a lot of fun about the process.
Yeah. Hey, Griffin, we need something on Tuesday, and it's Monday.
Yeah, well, when you first approached me, not for the video game car, for the weapons, I was in the middle, at the time I was working freelance, I had 2 shows that I was designing, and then you were like, oh, by the way, we need all of these weapons from Doom, and we need them immediately. So, but I'm really happy we went through with it, and I ended up just getting rid of theater because it was getting in the way of immersion, and I think I made the right choice.
Can I just add that somehow you asking Griffin to make those Doom weapons resulted in me sanding in the backyard till 2 a.m. for 2 weeks straight?
Oh, you weren't standing for 2 weeks.
I believe I was, and Martha was there, and she can corroborate that.
So what would you say was the hardest one, though, out of all the elaborate
I think
setups?
Doom was the most involved, like, especially that chain gun was a bitch. And I think that was definitely the hardest. The watermelon one took a while, but it was the same thing over and over again, so you get a rhythm after, after you do a few of them, it went a lot faster.
One could add that the Left 4 Dead door that was a part of that one, and that was quite a task too.
Yeah, it didn't start out to be, it wasn't really going to be for immersion, but it worked out well because we added on the watermelon one afterwards.
Gus is going to try to pull a picture. Have you guys seen the Left 4 Dead door that Griffin built in our... Yeah, it took you, what, about a week to make that thing?
No, it took longer than that.
Free wireless internet.
Free public Wi-Fi, right?
Oh, that's got to
Do some online banking.
Hey, can I borrow your credit card?
It's one thing that is difficult, or not difficult, but it's hard to judge like how much time anything takes in the office because we are working on so many projects that are overlapping all the time that you start one thing and you help out with something else and then something else, and that's kind of how we all work. We're like rotating and helping on each other's projects all the time, so it's hard to keep track of how long anything takes, I think.
Gus and I don't help on shit. What are you talking about?
You're just in stuff.